Hello all. So in the last sessions we've seen what are sequence to sequence models, how do we overcome the disadvantages of sequence to sequence models, and we have seen what is attention. We have seen sequence to sequence model with attention. We've also seen transformers and self attention, right? So today in this session I would like to discuss about transformer based language models. What are the other language models that are existing using transformers? So when I talk about transformers, the transformers were originally developed to solve the problems of sequence to sequence tasks such as machine translation, etc. But later, with more advancements coming into picture, transformers have become fundamental for foundational models for various NLP tasks, not just limited to machine translation. The two main features of the transformers that have brought this change in the large language models are two things. First is self-attention. The second one is positional encodings. We've already seen what is attention mechanism, and we have seen how do we make some changes to the attention mechanism and incorporate self-attention with respect to transformer models. So the distinctive, the main important or major aspect of the transformer is its utilization of this mechanism, which is called as self-attention, wherein we can enable the model to assign varying weights to words in a sequence based on their relevance to one another. We have seen how do we take the input and then convert them into key value pairs, compare that key value pair to the query with respect to attention function f, and then generate the attention weights, right? So depending upon their relevance, different weights would be added to the words. With this, we can facilitate parallel capture of long range dependencies, which was the problem with attention, the simple attention mechanism, right? So when I talk about the self attention, we incorporate multiple self attention heads, providing the model with diverse perspectives on word relationships on the transformers. This is one key feature. And when I talk about the second one, we talk about positional encodings. Here, when I talk about self attention, for different tokens of the inputs, we generate different summaries. For one token, we generate summary of that particular thing. Since all these inputs are processed parallelly, the transformer layers will not have the information about the entire token of sequence. So address this lack of inherent understanding of token sequence order, we have also incorporated positional encodings to the input embeddings, right? So we have built a language generation models based on characters. So we can also build language generation model based on character using LSTMs or using GRUs also. Okay. So here, as you can see here in the picture, this model uses LSTM RNN based LSTM neural network to produce a probability of the prediction. Okay. As you can see, I give the characters, character embeddings. I give them to recurrent neural networks. One type of neural network is LSTM. And then with respect to this hidden states, through linear layer, we will be generating the predictions, right? So one more thing that you can see here in the figure below is architecture that is similar to transformers, that is used for language generation, that is translation. Okay, except for minor differences like cross attention that we have added in the decoder block that we have discussed in the last section, the structure is almost identical to the transformer decoder. So here we take the word embeddings, positional encoding, multi-head, masked multi-head attention, multiple layers of connections, and then we normalize them and try to generate the output. Okay. Now, when I talk about decoding for sequence to sequence models and language generation to language models, all these are similar tasks, except that the output sequence here is produced token by token, feeding back itself to the network. Okay. When I talk about the previous networks, some part of the input would be processed, but here the input would be processed token by token and the output is also produced token by token. Okay, so we basically have three components here. Okay, we call them as networking, tasking, and decoding. Okay, we will see all these three different components work together, or when combined together we use them to solve a specific problem. Okay, so first we choose the network, LSTM, RNN based or transformer network. What type of task? When I talk about sequence to sequence model or conditional generation, we use transformer, or basic language model we use RNNs. Okay, so what type of decoding you do? You want to go for greedy decoding, beam search decoding, or sampling and all that. Okay, so what network are you using? what is the task and what type of decoding are you preferring. Okay, so keeping these 3 points into picture, we will now see 3 different types of language models that are being used in the current scenario. Okay, and the first one that I want to talk about is Transformer XL. Okay, so Transformer XL is one variant of the basic transformer, or I call, you know, vanilla transformer. This is developed by researchers at Google Brain. Okay, so because there is no inherent loop in the original transformer model, unlike RNNs, the original transformer is actually not good at dealing with super long text data. Okay, so when I'm dealing with super long text data in, okay, building the models for that, when I'm training the language models with the help of these transformers, what we do is we first split the, given input long text into shorter text, which we call it as chunks. For example, say the 512 is a standard thing that we choose, and then we feed them to the model separately. That means whenever I am taking a model, instead of taking the entire input sentence, we design the model which is able to capture dependencies less than 512 words. If it is exceeding that, the model will not be able to capture the dependencies. Okay. Now there was a paper, when I talk about Transformer XL, attentive language models beyond a fixed length context. Okay. So when we talk about attention or self attentions, when we compare to sequence to sequence model, the main agenda here is not fixed length vector at the output of the encoder. Okay, there was this paper. It's a casual unidirectional transformer with relative positional encoding which is added. Okay, so positional encoding embeddings which are being added, which we can reuse previously computed hidden states to attend longer context memory. Okay, next, how does this work? How does the Transformer XL work? Okay, now when I talk about this Transformer XL, it can take up to 6,400 tokens in one batch. Previously it was, the original transformer takes only 512, right? Whereas the Transformer XL, the large model, takes up to 6,400 tokens in one batch. This means that it can capture more long-term dependencies and generate more diverse text. Okay, and then this is one advantage. When I talk about dependency, it is 80% longer than RNNs and 450% longer than vanilla transformers, which are basically designed by using the basic sequence to sequence models. Okay, so when I talk about 450%, it comes around 1800 plus times faster than vanilla, the basic vanilla transformers during evaluation. Okay, so we have this another version called Transformer XL4, which addresses this issue by making few improvements over the basic model, which you reuses the hidden states and then hidden states from previous segments and incorporate looping that passes information between different segments of the internal corpus. Okay, so not only focusing on the improvement in the hidden state, this model also improves the positional encoding scheme, because more than not just 512, more than up to 6,400 tokens are being taken simultaneously. Hence, we also improve the positional encoding scheme here. Okay, so this is all about some basic thing. So here, as you can see here in the picture, the change that we make to the previous architecture, the basic transformer architecture, is we add one language model head on top of the individual summary outputs that are being generated. Okay, so when I talk about this LM head, as you can see here in the picture, we are adding one language model head for the output of the embedding. Okay, so this language model head is a specific layer which is added to the neural network, which is basically used for converting this hidden state to generate some set of scores which will determine what text we do we generate next. Okay, these scores are also basically called as logits. Okay, now after these logits, we feed that to softmax layer to obtain the probability distribution of the possible token that we are going to generate. Okay, so Transformer XL is one model, and the next model is GPT-2. Okay, so GPT-2 stands for Generative Pre-trained Transformer. Okay, this is developed by OpenAI. All of us use ChatGPT, right? So ChatGPT, the base for ChatGPT is this transformer model, which is called as GPT-2, which was developed by OpenAI. So they have introduced this revolutionary approach to NLP, understanding the text, and they have done so many innovations when we talk about pre-training techniques on vast corpus of the entire internet data, incorporating transfer learning schemes also into possible. Okay, so when I talk about GPT-2, technically it is a transformer model, just like another model that we have discussed earlier. The major difference is its size. This is more huge model. Okay, so this largest model has 48 layers. Now each layer again can process 6400 tokens. Okay, so that is the reason, the fact that this model is trained on huge amount of natural language text which is collected from the web or Google data. Okay, so the OpenAI team publicly released this implementation in the pre-trained weight so that we can easily try out this model, use that model to develop further applications. Okay, so when I talk about this, the two important innovations or two important key features of GPT-2 model are the pre-training, which is already done, so that such that we need not work from the scratch. We can use the pre-training model, and then transfer learning is also another important task. One of the GPT's key innovations is pre-training on a massive corpus of internet text. So, this pre-training actually equips the model with general linguistic knowledge, complete training on the entire Google corpus, such that it will enable us to understand the grammar, syntax, semantics, syntactics across various topics that comes on the data. Okay, so this model can also be further fine-tuned for specific tasks that we carry on. Okay, so the most important thing on pre-training is pre-training on massive corpus data. Okay, the corpus on the internet text is being done. Okay, the entire data on the internet available is trained by this GPT-2 model. That is the reason ChatGPT is able to give us answer appropriate to the question that we ask. Okay, so GPT's journey begins with pre-training on a massive corpus of internet text. So when I talk about this corpus, it comprises of vast text data from World Wide Web. Okay, so it covers so many different subjects, languages, different writing styles, different languages that we use around the globe. Okay, so this data shares scale and diversity, which provides GPT-2 with a treasure of linguistic patterns, structures, and huge amounts of data. So GPT-2 is available in various versions. GPT-2 small with 117 million parameters, GPT-2 medium with 345 million parameters, large with 762 million parameters, extra large with 1542 million parameters. You can imagine how big these models are. Hence, we call them as large language models. Okay, so GPT-2 is equipped with large linguistic knowledge. It recognizes rules, grammatic rules, syntactic structures, semantic relationships, works on extensive large range of data. Okay, it also works on conceptual learning. Okay, so this conceptual understanding is a hallmark of its ability to generate so much text referring to the entire web and give you the accurate results. Okay, so from transformer architecture we have evaluated till GPT-2. Okay, so GPT-2 is basically built on the transformer architecture, that is the basic sequence to sequence model or encoder decoder architecture with self-attention mechanism. Okay, which is revolutionizing various NLP tasks with good accuracy. Okay, so this is the main reason behind Transformer's success, which laid the foundation of this advanced model, which is called as GPT-2. And the third model which I would like to discuss is XLM, which is cross-lingual language model, which is proposed by the researchers at Facebook AI Research. And basically this XLM model is a transformer-based cross-lingual language model that can generate and encode text in multiple languages. As you can see, Facebook is not just being used by people who knows English, right? Facebook is used by people around the world with who uses so many different languages around the globe. So they upload the posts with taglines on their respective local languages. But we're able to see the translation of each and every text that is being given in any other local languages. So that is possible with this transformer model, which is called as XLM. Okay, so by learning how to encode multilingual text, this model actually can be used for learning different languages, translation between different languages and all, which we are actually using in our day-to-day lives when we use Facebook. Okay, so these cross-lingual language models enable NLP tasks, which actually involves multiple languages being used, which generates good performance with respect to the context. Okay, and they've also emerged as powerful tools for NLP tasks, which will enable us to work across multiple languages. So these are three important models that I want to focus on in the today's session. When we see about different applications of XLM, we see multilingual chatbots. These days users use chatbots around the globe on various websites or commercial platforms where people give the queries in their local languages. So multilingual chatbots, we use XLMs for sentiment analysis, where they give sentiments in their local languages around the globe. We use cross-lingual language model, which is XLM. Machine translation also we use XLM. Okay, so these are various practical applications of XLMs. Okay, so Transformer XL, GPT-2 and XLMs are three different transformer language models which are also sourced on or, or which are taken from the basics of sequence to sequence model or encoder to decoder network architecture, or I say transformer with attention mechanism. Thank you so much.